Now, before I do this introduction, I'm going to make sure that we have some audio.
Do we have audio?
So I'm going to get on my phone. And I'm going to look. Looks like we're good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look. Looks like we're good.
Oh, it looks like we're good.
It's kind of scary.
Looks like we're good.
What's going on, guys? This is Ugly Opinions Podcast, and I'm Hayne, and this is my boy Chase.
What up?
And tonight, we have a special guest. Her name is Rabid Rizzo, a.k.a. Miss Rizzo, a.k.a.
This is motherfucker's sister. That means don't watch this if you're a kid.
Yeah.
This is a disclaimer. If you're under the age of 18, please have your parent
Or guardian.
She's gonna
or
go
guardian
all the
sit
way
with
in.
you while you hear what you're about to hear tonight.
But anyway, yes. So I am Rabid Rizzo. I am a professional wrestling valet, or you could also call me a whatever. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Jack of all
Also,
trades.
Jam, pretty much. Except for I don't wrestle a whole lot, but that's okay. That's why they have me for everything else.
Yeah, I just smoke cigarettes.
And drink Fireball.
Yeah.
Drink fire.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what I'm here for.
So anyway, today I think our subject is going to be dun, 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 the Hayne and Rizzo past. Because yeah, we're brother and sister, and we have also been in the business together for quite some time. So we have some stories we could tell.
So we did already start this podcast off, and we were a little behind. We were trying to figure out where Rizzo was, what hospital Rizzo was born in. And since our mother is kind of in the background,
Oh,
Wait. She forgot.
I don't.
yeah, we forget. Was
how
it
would
St.
I-
Joe or was it General?
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
General.
General. It was General.
It was general. She
It
tried
was
to
general.
whisper it to me.
Yeah,
She was like,
it was
"Okay."
General. So, no, it's okay. Everyone knows you're back there. So,
Okay, so June 1st, 1990. This one was born, but 13 years earlier.
in
July.
1877.
This one.
What a goddamn Declaration of Independence.
The Declaration of Independence. I was actually being born when I was being signed. So,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. You're the vocal point of this. So,
No, we are the vocal point of
well,
this.
you started your story, so go ahead. I just said where you were born at, so I'll go ahead
No,
and let
you-
you. I don't remember where I was born. I think it was St. Joe's Hospital, July 20th, 2000.
We
Yeah,
both gave our
1776.
Yep. We both gave our mothers scars. Yeah, we tore out of that bitch. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
So we wanted to bring Rizzo on here because we had no one else to bring onto the show. All the winos down the street were halfway through their bottle. Human Banjo wasn't available tonight, so Rizzo's the next best thing.
Wow, next best thing. That's something else.
So most people don't know how I got into the wrestling business, but we'll get on that another time. Tonight we're gonna talk about how you got into the wrestling business.
Oh, that's what I thought was gonna go just.
Well, I could be here for hours and hours and hours and
Yeah.
hours, but we'll start with where you got your start. Where did you get your start in wrestling?
Got my start over where I started at DCW.
No, where did you get your start? Where did you start paying your dues? Where did you set up? Because a lot of the guys, they don't do that anymore.
Well, I did it a lot of places. ACW.
I think you started somewhere before that. I think you were a lot younger.
What with you?
Yeah.
At RCW? Yeah.
At GBW.
No, I didn't start out at GW.
You started helping.
I started helping. Okay, yeah.
She started paying her dues
started
when
paying-
she was very, very young. And well, go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah.
I want to hear it in your eyes.
Okay. I started when I was about 15 years old. I was a young lad. I went to the place in Hanover called GBW, and they held the shows of the independent wrestling, professional wrestling, whatever you like to call it.
It was 34 Broadway. Shout out to 34 Broadway.
Yes. Very young child. Went, set up ring, put it down, up 4 flights of steps. How many steps was that? I don't know. But
4 flights of stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was breakdown ring. It was a.
See, I thought it was
Great.
just like an old people story. like like how old people like I had to walk through like fucking 4 feet of snow and shit.
Yeah.
Thought you were
No, we never had. That's
really
one thing we didn't have to do.
that?
We didn't have to load the ring up. Like that was always loaded up.
No, but I'm
before.
saying like you really had to go up 4 flights of stairs.
We had to go up
Swear
four.
to God.
That's fucking
4
crazy.
flights of stairs with a ring.
Up the spiral steps.
Yeah, it was spiral stairs.
They were great.
Yeah.
So I started doing that there.
It was a pretty cool venue. It was a great big ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a stage at one end.
Word.
But they never really used that stage. They kind of used the off to the side.
Yeah.
They never really used that for anything.
Well, they used it to jump off of, I think.
Yeah.
But it was.
No,
fun.
the stage was in the middle. That's
it?
where they kept the sound at, remember?
I don't. It's
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, the stage was on the side. They used to do all kinds of crazy shit up there.
So, yeah, I hope that. And then my first booking, though, was at DCW.
DCW in Hastings, Pennsylvania. Yes, it was Hastings, Pennsylvania.
Far out, man. We had some stories.
So I'm telling you, like, for someone just getting into the wrestling business, I think my second singles match was actually up there. This was before you started managing, and we were wrestling in front of 600-700 people. I mean, it was great. It was a big thing out there. I mean, it was nothing. It was just it was dirt roads or whatever in trees and shit. And you went in and there's this great big like city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't really a big city, but it was like Lancaster in the middle of fucking the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just opened up and it was like it seemed like everyone that lived in that town went to the wrestling shows.
So that's how you broke through to that many people.
First time she walked through the curtain, there were 700 people.
So I mean, that had to give you like a rush.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but at the same time, that's all we knew.
Nothing to 600-700 people.
That's the first. That's all we. That's the first thing that we knew. We knew that many people. Like, holy shit, is this how it always draws? So we always had that mentality.
Yeah.
It always drew that way.
So you expect more.
You always expect more. Yeah, you always expect a bigger thing.
Got
I mean, go into like WWE and stuff like that. You see these big venues and they're packed. You know what I mean? I mean, there was lighting things there. There's a lot of those WWE house shows. There's not as many people there.
But like the first time when you was there and you got booked, like you said, like was that like how'd that make you feel? Was it like a high, like a body rush? You know what I mean? Like
when you go through the curtain, it's more of a body rush.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've never been through that
every time
experience.
It is every time.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest thing about it is you're in the back and you're like us right now.
Yeah.
Just like chilling. This. Just chilling. You're you.
Yeah.
But it's like as soon as you walk through that curtain, like something clicks. Like it's almost like this is really stupid, like way of saying it. Do you remember the movie Over the Top?
Yeah.
And they were sitting there talking, and they were doing the interviews, and Sylvester Stallone was like, when I turn my hat around, it's like I'm a whole nother person.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. When you go through that curtain, you turn into a whole different person. It feels like you're standing up on top of everybody because everybody's like they're either booing you or they're cheering for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a whole nother level of like your personality, and it's just a whole nother feeling.
Everybody is looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope.
Think about it. You're in a room with 700 people, and you're the center of it.
That's what I mean. Like I don't have that feeling. I haven't had that feeling. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm asking y'all because y'all been in that type of environment, and like what you said, like your first experience was that.
Mm-hmm.
So like you get that ultimate high. It's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like. So did that make you want to just keep doing it? Like just, you know what I mean? Like every time, like you just wanted that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to do. So then you finally do it. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So from there, we began the Fiend Club era.
Mm-hmm.
It was myself, Danny, which you guys all knew Danny.
Yeah. I mean, prayers for Danny.
Yes, definitely.
God bless, for sure.
I did talk to Danny today. He's in very high spirits. He's doing very well. So shout out to Danny. Hope you're doing well, and hope to see from you soon or hear from you soon.
Yeah, for sure.
So and we started taking bookings. Well, I think we only had the DCW
for a while, but we had oh my gosh, those drives. There were like 3 hours there, 3 hours back. We get home at like 3 o'clock in the morning because we would help tear down. We were there for a while, but remember that? No, you were not even there. I drove out with Danny and Graver. Shout out to our boys and you, Fred, of course. Love you too. Anyway, so we drove out there. You were in Johnstown with Neek with the family. That on the way back, I'll tell you what. Oh my God, we had the music bumping. We had techno music on.
Oh God.
We were having a fucking party in the car. And then there was that other time. I didn't have my license yet, but I had my permit. So I would be the one that would drive my 1990 Chevy Lumina all the way to Hastings, PA from Lancaster.
With a permit.
With a permit.
Wow.
With a permit. And the one night it was raining real bad. You remember I kept hydroplaning, but I kept doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And then another night it was so foggy you couldn't see anything. It was, oh man, those drives are blocked.
Yeah, some of the drives to some of the shows. I remember where the hell were we going? I think this was before we broke into the business and we did the show in Johnstown. I don't know if you were along. It was like the last show we did in Johnstown. And it was snowing. It just started snowing when we left. And we stopped at Burger King. And I was like almost in tears. I was almost in tears because I didn't want to drive. And that was the worst drive home ever because we had to go down that hill. And the whole way home, I was like, once we get down this hill, we're home free. Like, we're good. We just got to get down. It's like a fucking mountain, and it winds the whole way down. Like, I was literally in tears driving down this hill because I was like, oh, I'm going to kill everybody in the car.
But, like, from an outsider that never did that, it's all worth it, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Like, y'all want to do that shit
we have fun
because
doing
it's fucking worth it.
Hell yeah.
Right? Like, y'all wanted to do this shit. Like, some of the shit sucks that you have to go through, but you go through shit because it's what the fuck y'all want to do, right?
Right.
Yeah, like that's just awesome, man. That you got to be able to live and still do to this point. You know what I mean? Live out your dream.
Yeah. And it's always and it's
some people don't get to do that, man. Like some people don't get to be able to do what they really set out to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome that y'all could like, and you have these memories you could share with each other, brother and sister. You know what I mean? Y'all did this shit together. That's fucking great, man. Like that's all you can ask for.
With everyone else.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you can ask for, bro. That's just awesome.
So yeah. Do you remember any of the funniest shit that happened on them drives?
I mean, the drives.
Okay, so every time we would come home, I think every time we come home from ACW, we stop at Burger King, and a lot of other shows. We always stopped at Burger King. It was always
Burger because Burger King was the spot. Like Graver was always like, yo, we're going to Burger King. Like I remember going down to Philly when they were still training at the arena.
Yes.
On at the old ECW arena. That's where they used to train at. Like that was the training center. Like, you know, you walk in there. It was like the first time I ever walked in there. I was like, dude, this is it. Like this is the fucking Mecca. Like this is it.
I was about to say, like you got that.
You get that. Just walking in the door. I mean, you look up and you see the banners and shit, and you're like, this is it. Like I want to fuck. And unfortunately, I've never gotten to work there. I've never got. And it opened back up. And
but you might.
Maybe one day, maybe not. But just seeing my boys there, I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
You know, seeing other, people I know, working there and stuff like that was always great. And you know, the memories there, even though I never got to wrestle there, like just the memories of seeing friends of mine do like big things there it was great. Yeah. And just being a part of it was great.
Of course.
Not leave until 5 a.m. because we had to tear everything down and clean up and put all the chairs away, and the bathrooms in that place were fucking.
Because you wanted to.
Right, but because I wanted to do it, man. We wanted to be there, But like just the horror stories just walking into the bathroom of that place, dude, is like
sure.
I'm sure you've heard on some of the shoot interviews, some of the old ECW guys talking about the bathrooms in that place.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other
bro,
things
I went
there.
To the fucking Philly Stadium, bro, and I come out. It's the Phillies. Shit's supposed to be like, top notch shit. I go in the bathroom.
Citizens Bank, you mean, or
yeah, stalls are off the wall and all kind of shit.
In Citizens Bank Park?
I swear to goodness, man.
Wow.
The workers like, yo, these motherfuckers are savages. I'm like, yo, I guess when you got shit. You just gotta rip the goddamn door off the wall.
Because you gotta wipe your ass with the door or something.
I mean? Like. The door needs to be shit on. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
But the funny thing is, like, and we're totally getting off subject, but like I go to a lot of Eagles games
though, at the same time.
And like the Eagles Stadium, I think is fucking great. Like you don't see any of that shit ripped up. Like it's not fucked up. I mean,
that's because it's Eagles shit. They're not gonna fuck up Eagles.
Oh no, them motherfuckers.
You fuck up Eagles shit.
No, the motherfucking fans fuck the shit up. I don't even want to hear it.
Eagles shit, bitch.
I don't know if you have ever. You've never been to one of the games down there.
Nah,
have you seen the parking lots after the fucking games? I don't ever want to say they don't fuck shit up. Dude, there's fucking shit on fire. There's fucking trash all over the place.
Bro,
that whole town goes to shit.
I didn't want to like defer from the whole wrestling shit. You was talking about bathrooms at the ECW joint, so I just told you the Citizen Bank what it looked like. But let's go back to the wrestling shit.
Right.
Yeah. Back to like what y'all did, where y'all came from, how y'all grew from that.
Oh, I thought you were the one keeping him off topic.
Oh, no, I didn't try. He was talking about bathrooms.
No. Yeah. That's what you tried to say earlier.
So,
you got to keep him off topic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I said that. But we were also on some dumb shit.
Yeah, we were just.
And you throw the bottle of Fireball, so yeah, I mean, all bets are off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bets are off. But no, back to it. Like, there are so many. There's so many memories that I could share. Man, we could go for probably days talking about.
Well, nobody wants to hear this fucking sappy shit. Well, I was here and I was here. Like, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Let's share some stories, bro.
So let's. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, let's share some stories.
Let's talk about that.
So we went through the well, that's why I'm trying to go through the errors of the different things that we do so I can remember some of the stuff.
He's old.
And then we started taking bookings at other companies as the Fiend Club. And then did we
see, now I can't remember shit.
Did we ever do any double shots?
Did we? One time we did a triple shot.
No. That's later. That's later.
Yeah.
I'm saying as the Fiend Club. I know we did the NEWF.
Yes.
We were.
Triple shot right
damn it!
now.
I was talking about this story earlier. KCW in Jersey Shore. The Jake the Snake show. The first time I ever met Arkham.
That was not the show that kid came out.
What kid?
That's not the show that kid came in the ring. That was a different.
No, this is we'll go into that. We'll go into that then.
Yeah.
We first met Matt. Jake the Snake was on the show. Yep. I think Jake the no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Jake the Snake.
And Nunzio.
Yeah, Nunzio. Oh, the story of Nunzio. So I'm in the locker room getting ready, and Nunzio comes over and he starts talking to me, and he starts telling me about no matter what, Vince always has people watching. He goes, always remember to do what you're supposed to do when you're in the ring, and keep your eye out and try to just do your best when you're out there at all times. And he's going on, and I'm talking to him, and I look down at my bag, and I'm like getting my stuff out, and all of a sudden I turn around, and this motherfucker's standing there with knee pads on, no fucking clothes, and he's like, you know what I mean, bro? And his fucking dick's hanging in my face. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck, bro?
So what? Did you grab it?
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm still young in the business. Like, I'm not used to this shit.
It's still like green as
fuck. Like,
point.
and like, It was just crazy. Like,
and Jake is hitting on me.
Yeah, Jake's hitting on everybody.
I'm like, oh my god, it's Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's so old and he's hitting on me, but fuck it, whatever.
So I forget who it was. Someone asked you, like, where's Jake the Snake's like, where's your snake at? He grabs his cock. He's like, right here. So that was the story I was telling you about. Jake the Snake goes into the ring and does his shit. Goes to do the fucking DDT, takes his false teeth out, hands it to the referee, hits the DDT, hits the 1, 2, 3, takes his teeth back and sticks them in.
Did he have some Zumbas on?
Huh? No, he had his shit on. But he had his original shit.
He had fucking tights on, bro.
He had his original tights on. No, the motherfuckers barely went up his ass. Look, they were like right around his fucking ass, like the top of his ass crack. Yeah, he had like 2 pairs on too. It was ridiculous.
That's all good. He was cool. But he was cool dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, to talk to him, he was like Jake the Snake. Like from what you see on TV,
cool dude.
Like talking to you like face to face, he was still talking like that. He would talk like this, so you'd have to come closer.
Yeah, I'm not doing that with that guy. Fuck
that. I'm not doing that with that guy.
Yeah, that was.
Me,
oh my God! Let me tell you. Okay.
Well, let me finish.
Go. Okay, go. Oh my God.
So we were talking about the main event for the second show that we were there, and it was it? I know it was Tate, and he was wrestling that kid Cody. Was it Cody Adams?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, it was the main event. It was fucking the main event for the world title of the KCW title, whatever their title was called, and. There was a fucking dude in the front row. He must have bought 5 seats. This motherfucker was laid out across 5 chairs in a dead sleep during the fucking main event. He's like sleeping across the fucking chairs. It was fucking hilarious. That was one of the best fucking moments in indie wrestling I've ever fucking witnessed. Like a guy sleeping in the front row. Like dude, you really paid fucking $15 to fucking sleep.
Man, you have a place to stay. Who knows? I heard something about you though. I wanted to ask you about.
Oh God.
You had to What you mean? Oh God.
Because I can't be that bad things.
Okay, but I don't know any bad things. I'm just asking your interaction with Tony Atlas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Tony Atlas story. Oh, by the way, Atlas. News break. The Redskins are winning 9-6 right now.
Yo, news break. Nobody gives a shit
about the Redskins.
What? It's Saturday.
Yeah,
right? There's games on Saturday.
There's 2 games.
So we're back to the Tony Atlas spot.
Tony Atlas story.
The Tony Atlas spot.
I want to hear this from her
from my perspective. Okay, so I'll get back for the show. It's ACW in Stevens, Pennsylvania. I can't remember what year it was. I hadn't had 2012. I was gonna say I hadn't had I wasn't pregnant yet, so it was before all that. So Tony Atlas is booked for this show. I think I'm out first for a promo, maybe. I was probably at some point working with like John Dahmer and Rebel and you and probably somebody else at that point. But anyway, so we're out at the ring, cutting a promo, and he comes from the back. They bring him through where the ring is and then through the curtain. Well, as he's coming through the curtain, I'm in the ring and I'm like just kind of look down and he's staring at me as he's walking and I'm like, okay. all right, okay. So we go to the back and everybody's kind of sucking his dick, Hey, how are you? So they're shaking his hand, but sucking his dick a little bit too. So I go over, hi Sarah Rizzo, how are you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, come sit down. Like, oh, nobody else is sitting. Okay, hi, how are you? So he pulls his fucking book out, tells me he likes my shoes because I have these Chucks on, but they're the high tops. If you have seen me with those, I wear them now too. I had to get a new pair. My first pair lasted 8 years, and then they broke. So anyway,
Chuck Taylor.
Yeah. It's like, I really like your boots, blah, blah, blah. Gets this book out, and it's like got all these pictures of girls standing on his face, and it's like an autobiography type deal. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like young as fuck at this point. I think it might have been earlier. Was it 2012?
It might have been 2011.
Because I was pretty young at that point. I was only in for a couple of years, and I'm like, all right. He's like, so would you want to stand on my face? I'm like, okay. So we get up there, and he lays on the floor, and I don't even know what the fuck's going. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to stand on his face. Right? Like, I don't even know. What are you doing? So,
sorry, I was trying to check the.
It's all good. So, I'm standing there. He's on the ground, and all the fucking wrestlers are in a line over here with their fucking cameras out. We got a few people over here sitting down. You can see a picture of me standing on his face. There's a who was that? Ryan Slater had his hand in his fucking
checking his fucking junk.
So yeah, I'm like, I'm standing there. I get up on his face. I'm standing there. I have Katie, which is John Dahmer's girlfriend, holding me up, and I put my leg up, and I'm like, oh my god! And I was on there for good like 30 fucking seconds.
Yeah, standing flat on his fucking face.
But before I stood up on his face, I was like, if you look at my skirt, I'm gonna double stomp you for your face. But oh yeah, it was.
That's just weird because the only reason I ask is because I heard that shit throughout, like the internet, like that, like
it came out, like
it came out like 2 weeks later.
Type of shit. Like what the fuck, like.
I was like, shit, I should have made him pay me.
You know what I mean? Like it's shit. Now this shit's leaking. That's some weird shit. But
what up, Malachi?
But
fucking dick.
What I was gonna say earlier. So the first time I ever saw somebody that I thought was like the guy, you know what I mean, like the main eventer, blah, the name. We were at DCW, and what was like some guy that did an Ultimate Warrior gimmick, but
oh my god, One Warrior Nation.
Yeah, but like, but no, but look, listen, he's like Mark Hazel. He's like he's in his gimmick.
Yeah, he's in his gimmick.
Like, he sells the shit out of it. So when I saw him, I was like, oh my god, he's somebody. It was like my second show, and I'm like, oh my god, who is that guy?
Didn't that guy get sued?
Yeah, I think he did. The funny thing about that guy was he came in to wrestle a knockoff Diamond Dallas Page, and they were both blown by the time they got to the ring.
Word.
Yes, they were both like out of breath. You can actually find I'll have to put the link up for the match on the channel at some point. Yeah, it was bad.
Really? Oh, okay. So,
good luck.
Where were we?
We were at the
at Fiend Club.
The Fiend Club. We started taking bookings, and we started working at ACW as the Fiend Club.
Whoa, hold on, because we were at KCW. Okay, so remember that was not KCW. Was that Triple WA? That was Triple WA. Never mind, we're not there yet. Okay.
We didn't go there yet.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like,
I'm trying to think what else we know. NEWF, KCW. We started doing stuff at ACW.
Yes.
Not right away. Yeah, we did.
You did.
But we didn't do the Fiend Club yet.
No, because I actually was in the crowd for
my first match.
Yeah, and then I came in.
Because I was supposed to wrestle Brandon.
And
I ended up wrestling La Parca.
Wrestle La Parca?
La Parca. And I blew the whole fucking match. That was probably one of the worst matches I've ever had in my life. I forgot everything. And I made a total ass out of myself.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
How did the Fiend Club, like, how did that come about?
Well, that was
like, I know it's you,
me, and Danny.
Yes. And I know the backstory on Danny with like the backyard shit when he got with y'all, and that's dope. But like, what, y'all just put this together and was like, all right, we gonna just
we're all like Misfits fans and shit.
Yeah, we were Misfits fans, so we were like, we kind of were like, what can we do? We both kind of had that same gimmick. I wore a mask back then, and it had the skull and shit on it, and I had the fucking Misfits logo on my fucking my pants and shit, and Danny wore the Misfits shirts, and we just
had my little punk rock gimmick going on.
Yeah, she had the punk rock gimmick going on.
It was crazy, bro, because back when I was like 22, I had these two fucking slippers. They were misfits.
You had 2 slippers.
Obviously, I had 2 slippers. I mean, I can't just wear one, but I'm saying they coincided to be the Misfits logo.
That's cool.
I don't know why, because I ain't never listened to them, but that should happen.
Poser. Anyway,
pretty much was on that Hot Topic gig.
So we were doing the. I remember the first time I met Ricky Morton was at we were doing the Fiend Club. He pulls up at the fucking. We were doing the outside show at Manateas Park. Manateas Park. Yeah. This little fucking Subaru comes pulling up. Fucking smoke rolling out of everywhere. And fucking Ricky Morton jumps out of the car. What's going on, man? He goes, man, my car's falling apart. It's all fucked up. He goes, is there an auto parts store around here so I can fix it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, he fixed his car while he was calling his match.
Wow.
Yeah. He drove all the way up.
And that's a Hall of Famer.
This was before. It was a Hall of Famer. Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer, bro. I mean,
there's a lot of guys like that. They're all Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, this.
So the Fiend Club kind of ran its course. It was getting to the point where it was kind of stale. It just wasn't working anymore. And I went back to doing singles, and they would always take you away from me, and I would always drop you on your head.
He never dropped me on my head. Those other people.
And it would bounce around.
But why though? Like, what was the point of that?
It's just, different promoters did different things. You can't really.
But you know what? I will say, at ACW, I did have a hell of a learning experience when they took me away from you, because they always put me with people that I could learn from.
Exactly. And that was always a good thing.
Yeah, it was like I worked with John Dahmer for years and Rebel, and both of them pushed me and made me do things that I wasn't comfortable with. But then I
pulling
did
your ass out?
Yeah, but you know what? No, not even that, but like even in the match, like I'd be like, oh man. But then I would do it, and I would do it right, and it was, I learned so much.
Yeah, us not being together, we did learn, different things.
But we worked against each other, so we weren't really not, we were still together.
Like, I'm just wondering from an outsider, because I'm not a part of that, so I don't know how that works. Like y'all together. I mean, y'all together. I mean, I get how it works. They pull y'all together to generate
a storyline.
But at the same time, it's like, if it works, I always think of shit like this. Like, if it works, why break it up?
Well, we also work really well against each other too.
Yeah.
All right. See, I didn't see enough. Like I was telling him last time, I didn't even know independent wrestling existed around here.
Yeah.
Until I met him and Danny.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a one-time shot.
Well, and if you think about it too, like a female, I'm smaller, and if I'm a manager, I'm going to be taking moves. And when I take a move, about 50% of the time it's going to have to be a bigger move, because it's the one move that's going to take me out. And the whole time I've been fucking going at these people to make them hit me or to make them give me a move. So a lot of times it's got to be something dangerous, something that could hurt me if that other person doesn't do it right.
See, I've been in the crowd with you.
Yeah, but I would, I could be against him, and then he would be the one that would be fucking me up.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wasn't going to get hurt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. But I've been in the crowd with you where people were chanting your name.
I'm good at both.
And you were just a spectator. So, I mean, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know how that works, because I've never been a part of it, but that's awesome that y'all can generate that much attention from the people. They invest time, into the character and shit like that. Been there with him, and it's instantly, as soon as you come out the curtain, everybody's like,
well, I mean, you bonded with that crowd. If you can bond with it, and you can do that anywhere, even if you go into the into a place you've never wrestled before, if you can find a way to bond with someone, one person. This is what I always tell the young kids. Find that person in the crowd that you think is like so into wrestling that they think it's still real.
Yeah.
And that's the person that you use. And once that person gets into it, this person over here is going to get it.
And the rest of them.
And then that person over here is going to get into it. And it's going to turn into one big snowball effect. And it's like magic. It just works.
Yeah.
So back to where are we at? So when we were getting kind of shuffled around and doing our own thing here and there, we still traveled together.
Yes.
To different shows and stuff, and I started doing the singles thing. There was a couple places that did just keep us together.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that still did. It was just our main places didn't because
they could generate off of us. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do all kinds of other things.
Right.
We were able to.
So at that time, like, how many places was y'all actually like? How many different like federations were y'all working for?
So
there was a lot.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we would do like at one point at that point?
No. We didn't work SWO for a while. Like we were going to and we never did.
We were working NEWF, we were working KCW, we were working ACW. I feel like there was another one in there too.
Yeah, there was a couple other ones. They were like smaller companies. And then there was a point there for a while where I was going out by myself and doing things.
Mhm. You were doing ACW that?
No, I was doing. There was a couple places I remember going myself, and I can't remember where they were now.
So you were just taking the town by yourself?
I was just going. I was just taking
by yourself.
I would just go.
So yeah.
Like I remember going to when I was going down to ACPW.
That's it. That's what it is. ACPW.
Where's that located?
That was in Philly.
Philly.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't the greatest place to work, but it was in Philly, and you got more exposure.
Yeah.
So we just tend to go
bigger
down
there.
Bigger town.
You guys work in like Maryland, right?
I have.
She does.
I have, and I do currently. I actually just got my wrestling license renewal in the mail yesterday.
That's what's up.
Yeah, different places you have to have, like some places you have to have a license to wrestle in the state.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Some places you don't have to.
That's
so it's kind of like a boxing license.
Yeah.
Like in the state of Nevada,
the state athletic commission.
Yeah. Like you gotta have different. There's different guidelines.
You have to get checked out by a doctor in Maryland.
Oh, that's
or like you have to get a little like physical thing. Yeah. So we were at ACW for a while working those, and then we did that for a while, a couple years, and then we started working at SWO.
We started working at SWO. This was in between that. I had a little stint at Cubby Pro.
You did, yes.
I wrestled 3 shows there. This is when we started the Revolution.
Yeah.
We actually were at SWO, but we only were doing small matches. And that was John and I, and then you were our manager. And then John just started blowing fucking bookings. We'd do the day of, and he just wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
So
people do that.
See, that's when I met you. I met you when the whole SWS thing.
No. This is before that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is
before that. This is when I was just wrestling.
2013.
That's when I started. That's when I started. After John rolled, that's when I started tagging with Fred, and we formed the Hellfire Club, and it was Fred,
yeah, you're right.
Me, Fred, and Kayla Rizzo.
We added other people like Simon Rhyme.
Yeah, we added Simon Rhyme, Trent Farrell.
You're right. I might be.
But even before that,
because that's when I met you, when it was the Hellfire Club.
Even before that,
a while before that at WWO.
We were doing. That's when we did the triple. We did a triple shot.
Yes, and we were working. Well, that was SWO at Red Lion.
We were working. We worked 3 shows in the one weekend. It was a Saturday. And we
Damn.
worked 3 shows in one day.
Yeah. That was
And we were
crazy.
traveling like everywhere.
That was Ada Marie Acosta, I think, rode with us on one of those.
And we did, I think it was NEWF, Triple WA, and ACW that day. And that was like, we had to go. What was it? Was it Triple WA first?
I don't know. It was crazy. No, it was the other. It was NEWF first.
NEWF was like in Williamsport. Then we went to Zerns, which is out towards like Exton, and then back to Ephrata.
All in one day.
All in one
day.
3 matches. Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it is, though. That's how you could tell that y'all have love for this. Because otherwise, nobody would do that.
It was so fun, though.
Yeah.
I can't do it now.
I don't even want to think about doing it now.
It's too much. So, we started doing that. We started working Triple WA too. We were doing all kinds of crazy shows. At that point, I think I even started doing some of my own stuff. I went to Valor and did a couple things.
Yeah.
And I got pregnant, and while I was pregnant, I actually took a driver and all that, but I didn't know I was pregnant.
I remember it was right around that time. This was when shit started getting interesting. So we're in Jersey.
Oh yes.
We're in Jersey doing a show.
She knows about this.
And
for sure.
There were some kids in the crowd. I don't know if they were drinking, if they were high, or if they were just like rowdy fans. But these 2 kids were like walking around at intermission time, and they were talking about how something's going to happen after intermission.
Yeah.
Something's about to happen. Something big's going to happen after intermission. So, Chris Burns and
I don't remember who the other kid was.
Not Izzy. That Izzy. The other
Not
Izzy.
yet. Different Izzy.
Were in the ring getting ready to wrestle, and these 2 kids came running out of the crowd and like jumped in the ring and started. They were fighting. Like they were fucking fighting
each other.
The wrestlers.
They started trying.
Shit.
Yeah, they were fighting.
Yeah.
Now we're like in the corner of the gym doing an interview, like a little promo interview.
We're doing this fucking promo for the next show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she takes off running. She's fucking screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, what the fuck's going on? So I look over and I see what's going on. Fred takes off. And I'm like, damn, I gotta run.
Yeah, right.
Fred runs in there.
Now I gotta go too, right?
He grabs this kid by his fucking pants and yanks him out of the ring and starts punching this fucking kid. I pulled the other one. We pulled the one kid out. Fred's punching this kid. His kid's like 16 years old. Fred's just punching him.
Yeah, but when he ran up on him, he ran and he fucking clotheslined the back of his head.
The other one tries to run up in the stands and sits down. I was like, you in the white shirt. Like, get down here before I come down here and make you come down here.
Like,
he comes down.
Right?
He's like, all right. He comes running down. I grab him by his fucking throat. And I fucking walk him across the whole fucking.
He's got him off the fucking floor.
By his fucking neck.
By
There's a cop standing against the wall. He turns his head. I take this kid and I slam him against the fucking concrete wall. And then I'm fucking like just standing there, like just trying to choke his fucking. I'm just trying to kill him. Like I'm just squeezing this kid's fucking neck.
Hey man, statute of limitations.
Yeah, and someone pulled me off, and then the cops like took these kids and threw them outside, and then they were like, whatever. They shouldn't have gotten a ring. The show must go on.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they finished the show. It was fucking nuts, man.
Let's grab fucking Jersey.
Is that the only time y'all had something like that happen to you?
What do you mean? Like
where somebody tried to run in? Like, as a woman, I'm sure somebody tried to do some disrespectful shit to you.
Let me tell you something. I had a group of like young preteens fucking go to the back door of the locker room looking for me because they wanted to beat me up.
To beat you up? Yeah. For what?
I don't know, yelling at him at the ring.
For yelling?
For being the bad guy. For being a heel.
For just being a heel.
Yeah, that's great.
You ain't have another one? never had a other situation where you had to like
I don't think so.
handle that like
I
somebody.
mean, I've had to handle
hand.
things in the locker room, but I never handled things.
Yeah,
like,
I'm talking about like fan wise. Like that's your one.
I mean, I've had
experience.
people jump up at me, but no one ever tried to do anything physical. Like no one.
So
you know what
it was
I mean?
never
like
a real,
no,
real thing.
No
doubt.
No, I've had people that I knew.
Well, that's a whole different. I mean, we can.
Yeah, they were just fucking. You know, they were.
But that's something y'all to talk about because I don't know if y'all still fuck with the business and all that. Like I don't. I'm just as.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been any like.
No, we're good.
No, I think that was the only one that we had to get physical that I can think of off my head.
That's funny though, because I could just imagine you just picking somebody up and just walking them across the fucking.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Just walking them across, like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
I'm trying to think if there's any other things. I can't. I mean, there's been times where, like, I knew somebody in the crowd would get to that point where they were going to try to do something, and I wanted them to.
Oh, you would just
like I would go down, I would get in their face, and I would fucking just try to get them to do something because I was like, this motherfucker. Like that. Remember that kid at Triple WA, the half retarded kid? He was.
I wanted this one guy to fuck with me, and he was half retarded.
No, I don't mean he wasn't physically half retarded. Like I'm just saying he was half retarded.
People shrink, so I was like, let me test it out.
So I gotta test him out and see if he's strong or not. I gotta test that strong power out.
You test that fucking Ron shit out.
So I try to get this kid, and he wouldn't do anything though. So. Yeah, that was about it. Like there was sometimes I would do that to people and just try, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, people typically didn't, but we did get a couple of those people all wound up. I used to come out and these people would have their hats on and I'd flip their hats and some of them guys would get fucking pissed.
Oh man, speaking of that, I seen like the worst instance of that I've ever seen was Sabian at the Lancaster host. He comes walking out to the ring. He looks at this. There's a Vietnam vet sitting in the corner.
Oh, it's fucked up.
He walks up to this. He walks up to this cat. He takes his hat off. What the fuck was that?
Your knees?
He takes his hat off. It sounds like the fucking dog is eating somebody. He takes his hat off. He fucking pulls his tights out and jams it down his fucking tights and starts rubbing his fucking cock on his hat. Takes it off and slams it back on the dude's head. It started this big fuck. It almost started a riot. Yeah. It was fucking crazy. This was SWO at the host.
Yeah.
For you guys that didn't know that, yeah, they were at the host.
Yeah.
That was probably that was wild. That was a wild fucking thing.
That's fun. So okay, so we're working at SWO at this point.
Yeah, I gotta take a little break.
You take a little break.
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom.
He's got
fucking. No, I don't gotta poo. Not at all, but there's too many wires and I don't want to trip over it. I gotta pee.
You're the bird.
Yeah. Too many.
So where are we at now?
Yeah, my bad.
So we're at SWO. We're going to all kinds of different venues for them. They always had a plethora of venues. And I was doing some things that Valor, I'm gonna swear to God, I'm gonna feed it to a Chinese restaurant. I'm not even playing right now. And that was not racist. You can suck my dick. So
China in.
Yo, Uncle Steve. You'll be here for a fucking hour. You be like killer whale.
Come out with the machete. You'll be here 4 hours.
So yeah, so I'm doing stuff at Valor. We're doing stuff at SWO. You were booking there for a while.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. We got shit to do with that. But I'm just saying I was helping you do that. We were doing all kinds of shit with that. And we stopped working there and started doing Stellar. I'm doing stuff in Maryland. I've been doing stuff in Maryland for a while, doing stuff with PWE. There for a while. That's pretty much where we're at now. I mean, it seemed kind of short, but
yeah, there's a lot
there. Span of like
yeah,
10
it's
years.
like yeah. In the span of 10 years is a lot of crazy shit that happened and times that we both got out and didn't do anything for a while. And
Oh yeah, I took about a year off when I got pregnant.
I took some time off. I'm taking some time off again if I am able to wrestle again. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's kind of a backstory on you. So now you just killed the whole vibe. Now we don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, so we can go on to something else because I'm telling you.
We can totally go on to something else now.
So
how did we just kill the vibe?
Because we just finished my story of wrestling. We came to.
I was about to say, like,
did I miss something?
Why we kill the vibe though?
It's so funny because I could sit here and I could like talk about things and it would get real crazy.
Well, let's do it.
But like I can't because like there's people out there that would get so offended.
By what?
Like things that have happened, crazy shit.
Oh yeah, I
can't go into all that.
Man, that's a whole disclaimer for another podcast.
That's what I signed up
for. That's like there's
myself in trouble. I've already talked.
That's what I signed up for though.
I've talked to a couple of people about doing some things, and I'd like to do some shoot interviews.
Yeah.
At some point. So that's just a whole nother demon to get into.
I'll be right back momentarily.
Hold on, I gotta read which was right and left.
What's going on? Right in the camera. What's that?
I'm cooking.
It's a cocoa.
It's a corn cob.
It's a cocoa.
Go ahead. Okay. Commercial.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wish we had one because I had to leave to go to.
I mean, I could always stop this and restart it, and we could come into another.
It's live, so we're just gonna start a whole new live joint.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wish you would have. I would have waited.
Coming to you live from our mother's attic.
So here, there's 4 people in here.
There's 4 people in the room.
So what I'm going to do is,
and 3,000 cars.
We're going to take a break. But the 4 people that are in here, I want you guys to get onto the chat room, and I want you to list some questions that you want to ask either of the 3 of us about anything. And when we come back, we'll answer those questions.
Did you say the 4 people in the room?
I thought he was talking about there's 4 people in the room. He's talking about 4 people.
Oh, I thought you were
4 people there. Yeah, 3 people here. I thought he was
talking about us.
So you guys go ahead.
Way over my head. Kid.
When we come back, think of some questions. And when we come back, we'll come back live. And I want you guys to have questions lined up there for us. No matter what they are. It doesn't have to do with wrestling. It can have to do. It can deal with Kayla's infatuation with Bigfoot. It can have something to do with
Bigfoot, fucking serial killers, cults, fucking fucked up religion, hail Satan, woo!
Oh, I'm done. Somebody give me a lift.
You can ask. You can, and I know there's a lot of people out there that always wonder.
I need the Uber right now.
That have always wondered about Kayla and I's outlook on religion. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about it on here. I really don't fucking care.
Well, I would talk about it too, man. Praise Jesus.
Who?
Jesus.
Yeah, I said I don't like Jesus.
He died for us.
I don't know who. He didn't die for me because I don't even know who the guy is.
He died for me.
No, Jesus was a real person. That's an actual fact. That's factual.
Yo, we ain't doing that.
Don't get me started on that. Because all signs point down.
Because I read the Wikipedia, motherfucker.
So you guys think of some questions, and we're gonna be back. Signing off for now.
Jesus and shit, like.
Huh?
I said you IDMB